Welcome to the Dodge 500 at Richmond International Raceway. Let's get a rundown of the starting lineup in the front row. It is Ryan Newman and Kevin Harvick. In row 2, it is Ward Burton and Tony Stewart. Row 3, it's the Evernham cars of Casey Atwood and Bill Elliott. In row 4, well, that would be Jeff Gordon and Bobby Labonte. In row 5, the two Fords belonging to Jeff Burton and the current points leader Rusty Wallace. Row 6, Dale Earnhardt and Rusty Wallace's Penske Racing teammate Jeremy Mayfield. Row 7, I think? Yes, row 7. Sorry, I can't count. Is Dale Jarrett and Mark Martin. Row 8, Dale Earnhardt Jr. and Mike Skinner. And in row 9, it is Michael Waltrip. We'll be back for the start of the Dodge 500. Welcome back as we get ready to take the green flag here in what is to be the second to last race of the 2015 season. I am your announcer, Mr. Sir 1995. Excuse me if I forgot to introduce myself. And the pace car is off the track. Here we go. Green flag is out in the 15th race of the 2015 NASCAR racing season. Newman takes off with the lead at the very beginning, going down into turn 3, leading Harvick by at least a car length and a half, now stretching that out to 2 car lengths. Let's head backwards through the field to see who can challenge Harvick for second. It looks like it's going to be Ward Burton in the 22. Haven't seen a whole lot of him this year. He hasn't made many of the races, but he's got that Cat Dodge up in 3rd place, and he's looking to run down Harvick and take second. He's got Tony Stewart right behind him in the 20. Meanwhile, Casey Atwood has left Bill Elliott behind, and here comes Bobby Labonte, who has already managed to get past Elliott and is now going to the inside of Atwood, and Earnhardt is coming along with him in the 3 car. And Wallace, the points leader, is falling back. This could put his points lead in jeopardy if he manages to stay back there for the rest of the race. He's got to manage to pass a few cars as Elliott finally gets around his teammate. Moving up to 6th place now. Not much of a change in the top 5 positions as Newman continues to lead now that we have completed 3 laps of 22. Speaking of 22, there is the 22 car. That is Ward Burton. Still running in 3rd. He's got that Dodge right locked onto the back bumper of that number 29 Chevrolet. Harvick, one of the 2 rookies in this race. Besides Atwood, there's 3 rookies actually, so there's 3 rookies out of 17 cars. And it looks like the rookies are doing a fantastic job here today. Harvick, if you'll remember a few weeks ago, I think it was the 9th race of the year, he and Rusty Wallace had a tremendous battle down to the finish at Sears Point. Of course, Wallace won that one, but Harvick was close. And that rookie is one that does not want to be denied another win, but it looks like his fellow rookie competitor, Ryan Newman, is going to do that today if he can hold him off. Field a little strung out now. Biggest battle now appears to be between Jeff Gordon and Casey Atwood. We'll keep the camera on Gordon while he attempts to get around the rookie. He's got that flame-covered Chevrolet right on the back bumper of that 19 as he continues to try to get around him, but to no luck so far. Now looks like Jeff Burton and his Roush Racing teammate. Oh, he got touched! Burton touched Gordon coming out of the turn, and he's gone to the outside of him. But Gordon is holding on, and this is what you call short track racing, folks. That was almost a wreck coming out of turn 2 as Burton got into the left rear quarter panel of Jeff Gordon's Chevrolet, and Gordon held the position against all odds, but now Burton looks like he's going to get around him on the outside. But Gordon's Chevrolet is just better out of the corners than Burton's Ford. Nonetheless, they are staying together. And it looks like Burton can run down Gordon pretty good on the straights, but he just can't get enough of a run in the corners. This could be because Gordon gets a little bit of push going into the corner from Burton's teammate, Mark Martin, who is now going to attempt to take the 11th spot from Gordon himself. And it looks like he's going to succeed in doing so, and looks like they've settled down as Michael Waltrip has passed Mike Skinner to move up as he gets around Jeremy Mayfield. So those two DEI cars of Earnhardt Jr. and Waltrip are there together trying to move up and take some positions, but it looks like Waltrip is left out to dry on the bottom, although the draft is not that important at this track. Let's go back around to the leader, who is now put on a substantial lead over Kevin Harvick. And now we finally have a battle up front as Bill Elliott attempts to take the 4th spot away from Tony Stewart, and now Dale Earnhardt is battling Bobby Labonte. I believe that's for the 6th position. There you see a lot of teammates in this race that are together, including the 2 Joe Gibbs cars there, of course, of Stewart and Labonte. You see the only Yates teammate that managed to make, or the only Yates member that managed to make it into this race, which is Dale Jarrett in that 88, as Elliott gets around Stewart, and so does Earnhardt for the moment, but Stewart is hanging with him. Earnhardt finally clears Stewart and moves up into the 5th position, as Newman continues to run away with it. Look how far ahead he is. Right there is Harvick. You just saw at the top of your screen come out of the corner. And so it looks like Ryan Newman is going to win this race, and so far this season has been a dominant year for the Fords. Let's check back in the field to see where Rusty Wallace is. There he is in the 9th position. And I don't believe this is going to affect the points enough to give Earnhardt an advantage, and Rusty could clinch the points lead, or the points championship here. And I have mentioned in previous races that it looked as though Wallace was going to win the championship, but it's not over yet. And now Earnhardt muscles underneath the 22, and they're touching, and Burton is in the wall. Ward Burton is in the wall. Caution is out. Maybe. Significant damage on the right side of Ward Burton's Dodge. No caution. Burton did not spin. He just got knocked into the wall by Earnhardt, who muscled his way under him. And that knocked Earnhardt back several positions because of the fact that he got slowed down. And I think that was a costly mistake on the part of Earnhardt. Because if he had managed to get around Burton cleanly, he would have been up to 4th place, and that would have put some distance between him and Wallace. But as it is, he's now behind Wallace by 1 position, and that's just going to extend Wallace's point lead even further. So Wallace, with that, has moved up to 7th. Earnhardt has dropped back to 8th place, and Burton, the real big loser in all that, has dropped all the way back to 16th, and somehow he's still staying ahead of Mike Skinner. Switching up camera angles briefly. And right here, there you see the big damage that has been done to the side of Burton's 22. Where, and you'll see the skid marks here in a second. Right about there, that is where Earnhardt got into his quarter panel and forced Sorry for the interruption. We weren't paying attention. I wasn't paying attention to the time, but we are on the last lap. What is this? We're on the last lap of the race, and we're not following the leader. Excuse me. Wait. The race is over. I was paying so much attention to the rest of what was going on that I failed to notice that the race was over. Ryan Newman is your winner at Richmond. And that's going to do it for our coverage here at Richmond International Raceway. I'm Mr. Sir 1995, and we'll see you next week for the season finale at Daytona.